Our guest this morning is the founder of Waccamaw Cardiology and the co-chair of this year's Heart Ball. You don't want to bypass this show. Coming up next on Carolina People. Good morning. Welcome to Carolina People. This morning we're at Red Line Power Sports on Highway 501 in Myrtle Beach. We're focused on the 13th Annual American Heart Ball. And we're visiting with its co-chair, Dr. Andrew Gresko. Good morning, Andy.
Good morning. Good to see you.
You mind if I
again,
call
Greg?
you Andy?
Please do. Please
you know,
do.
on an early morning, 7 a.m. on a Thursday, and sitting in a power sports dealership, I think we got to drop down to Andy.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds real good.
How about it? Have you checked this place out?
Unbelievable. I mean,
is.
I love all that's here. It's just like a kid's toy shop.
It is.
For
it
adults.
is. You know, Jonathan Formo, who owns the dealership or the power sports location, was with us on Tuesday, I think, maybe on Monday. Anyway, earlier this week. Of course, we're sitting in front of his donated item, the item he's donated to the Heart Ball, that Aquatrax. It is amazing. R12.
Unbelievable.
I think he said earlier in the week that with the trailer, it's got a $10,500 donative value.
Whoa.
Something that he would. It's incredible, and as you say, to be here early in the morning to walk around, it's like being in a candy store.
Yeah, this is great. This is really nice.
The Heart Bowl is not the first time for you this 13th annual, Andy. You've been involved quite a few years.
Yes, I have. It started back in 1996. Came here as a cardiologist in 95, and actually my wife really was most of it in 96, and then we got together, and then in 97, 98, 98, 99,
Right.
2 years in a row, co-chaired it, and I think at that time was probably just a couple hundred people attending.
No way.
So,
A couple hundred.
Yeah. So now I think we're at 1,000, maybe expected to be even 1,200 this year.
Potentially, that's right. Kingston Plantations opened the doors for us to get 1,200 in.
Yeah, so it's been amazing growth in just a very short period of time.
In less than a decade, or right at a decade, for the two of y'all having co-chaired in 97 and 98, and to see now in 2006 last year and now in 07
Right.
to expect more than 1,000 folks, that must be wild.
Right. It is, and the involvement over the years, and even Patty co-chairing it again last year.
Oh, yeah, she and Kathleen were incredible.
Unbelievable job.
Golly, the hours they put in and the time, days in and out. And, of course, she's been an amazing help get a lot of stuff, auction items, as well as you in the past. I mean, they're constantly hustling.
Right. Yeah, and in fact, the auction was actually started the first year Patty started, and I think the first year with the auction, they raised about $20,000.
Wow.
And that number now.
That's right. Their goal is 200,000 this
Right.
year. I mean, to get the value of those donated items,
Right.
It's incredible.
It really is, because the money that's been raised in those 10 years for the Heart Association is tremendous. I mean, we compete and are as good or better than most of the major cities in this state.
Oh, absolutely.
People in this city give so much of not only their time but of their money, and that's
Right.
just really gone to help a lot of people.
For the past few years, and of course this weekend, this upcoming weekend, is the Charleston Gala, and they are nowhere near on track for our event, and just a little more than 3 weeks away. For the last 3 years, we've had the chairman of the board and the president of the board of the Mid-Atlantic affiliate, the 5-state board of the Heart Association, come down for this event, and to hear them talk about in their own cities the events and how they're attended and the experiences of comparing them. Myrtle Beach is, bar none, one of the greatest ones in the Mid-Atlantic affiliate. It really is incredible. It really is. Andy, are you originally from the area?
No, originally from Cleveland, Ohio. Came to Columbia, USC in '79 to do undergraduate.
In 79
Yeah.
to do your undergraduate degree. Yeah.
Right. Then went on to medical school later, and I guess that was 85 to 89 at USC.
The medical school there in
Columbia.
In Columbia.
Right. And then from there, then it was Emory for 3 years, and then back to Columbia for cardiology before I came here.
Is that
but the
right?
best part was when I met my wife in pharmacy school, who is from here. So
she's from Horry County.
This is her hometown, and that's a lot why we're here, and it's just been a blessing for me and our family.
Absolutely. And of course, so she was involved in helping y'all make the move from Columbia back to Horry County.
Correct. That was.
What was that like for you, having grown up in Cleveland, Ohio, and to hear about? I mean, what could you even imagine what you pronounced Horry?
Right.
Yeah.
But I can tell you that the people here are so compassionate, and they take you for who you are.
Oh, yeah.
And I have never felt more welcome than I did when I came here and had been with her family, or just my patients. It is just the type of people that's attracted to this area is amazing, and that's not even talking about the beach and, and the waterway and the woods and the hunting and the sports and all that.
Right. And, of course, Conway Medical Center, Waccamaw Cardiology. What year did you found Waccamaw Cardiology?
In 2000.
In 2000.
Yeah,
okay.
I came in 95, joined a practice in Myrtle Beach, and we kind of expanded out to Conway.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just came to a point that it was just so much was going on in Conway. It was too much for the group to continue to do, and that's when it was offered to me to start this up. And with my wife being from the area, it was the right thing to do, and God's just blessed us with a lot, and the practice has done well and helped hopefully a lot of people.
God's also blessed you with two amazing children who are keeping you all busy right now, Andy.
Very, very much so. Drew, who's in 8th grade, just finishing up, getting ready to go to high school, and all the things that an 8th grader is going through, and then our daughter, who is in 4th grade, in her activities.
I think you and Patty have talked about her tennis, and she's traveling all over. Recently, a trip to Augusta.
Right.
Extended on and on and on, which means she's doing well and better and better.
Yeah, it makes you proud. I mean, you want to be proud for other things too, being church and school and other things. But the same win in the tournaments also makes you feel pretty good.
Absolutely. Absolutely. For a viewer who may need to get out or get off to school right now or to get off to work, the Heart Ball, obviously, February 17th. Is there a good phone number, the Heart Association office? Is that the 626-3939?
Correct.
Great number to call.
And just if there's no one there, leave a message. They'll get right back with you. And if it's related to the Heart Ball, say something. But if you're not going to be in town, please call and give your sponsorship or support it in any way you can. Financially, sponsorships, donations for auctions, or whatever it may be.
Absolutely, and you said just that, making an auction donation. They've got a tremendous live and silent auction, much larger silent auction, and year after year, as you said, it kicked off the year y'all were co-chairing the first year, I guess, and to see the auction grow year after year, to have auction items like this, or Lance Thompson was with us early in the week. He was instrumental in locking up a club car. Those club car, the really nice golf car donated. These are tremendous items.
Well, and I can tell you with the auction, where it really made the big leap was when he first came into it. I don't know if it was 5 years
or 6
ago.
years ago.
That when he gave his first item, I don't know if it was a four-wheeler or what it was at that time, but it just really took the auction to another level.
Absolutely. Yeah. Last year, we're thankful another friend from church, Leo and Peggy Van Veen, donated that 76 Caddy convertible, $25,000 vehicle, which I think brought in $15,000 or $16,000. Ed Prince got a steal on that. And you see items like that oftentimes that you'll never see before. David Markowitz was trying to get his daughter a pair of Britney Spears boots, which ended up going for $800 or $900, but he would pay whatever it cost to get them for his daughter. And of course, you see items like that you just can't buy in stores. You can't buy
and then there's been the consistently donated items from different, like Jordan jewelers who have donated year after year nice pieces of jewelry that have just done very well for the auction.
Our Jordan symbols, jewelers who've donated many years. I know our Robin Jordan's been incredible year after year.
And then, Tommy with his artwork.
Tommy Davis,
every year just coming through with nice pieces of art. So
Absolutely.
Appreciate all that.
And, for a lot of folks, they try to think through cardiovascular disease and stroke. They hear number 1 and number 3 killer.
Yes.
You see this day in and day out, and you recognize whether it's an emergency or whether it's something that's been planned well in advance, as medicine and other research has been performed. How does that impact? Does it really have a dramatic impact on everyone?
No question. I mean, 40% of the deaths are due to heart disease. It's happening, every minute or so that we're alive, someone in this country is dying of heart disease. But I think on a more personal level, I think if most people would think of, 10 people that they know, I bet they couldn't go without naming 2 to 5 of those 10
Right.
that aren't affected some way with heart disease. And it's just that through the Heart Association and what it's done to help with research, not only research but education,
Right.
and then just its public awareness type of education too, not just that, say, cardiac rehab, you have education there, and you have public awareness, and then you have the CPR that they do. So
Right,
it's
right.
education in multiple ways, including at the schools that they try to get messages out, like heart jump rope and things
Jump
like
rope
that.
for heart,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So there's a lot of things that aren't just pure education, that are kind of with patients both during, after, before, that helps, that the Heart Association does and gives. And the money comes from what we're doing. Majority of that money comes from the money raised.
Absolutely. I think $4 million raised in South Carolina last year. $2.4 million ended up back in Charleston, in Columbia, and in the upstate, getting into research and really making it happen.
Correct.
And it has to happen. We've got to have the dollars raised so that can occur.
Right, and the national money is being limited. You're not getting the grants that you used to get from NIH and other things to do this, so really it has to come from the public, supporting the research and supporting the education.